Hey, what's up you guys? Todd Falcone. Welcome to toddfalcone.com. You can check out my new digs here, or temporary digs. My first blog post of 2017, and you can tell that the background is a little bit different if you've watched any of my previous videos. I just actually moved. The move was actually pretty short. I moved literally across the street from where I was living before. I didn't even have to have a moving truck in this case, so I'm in the process of relocating back up to the Pacific Northwest here later in the year, and have been crazily packing and moving over the last couple weeks. So that's enough on the update on me and what's going on, but I wanted to talk to you because I just got off the phone with a coaching client and figured I would share kind of some of what was discussed, and I think it's an important thing to talk about when it comes to working with team members as you're growing a network marketing or a direct selling business, and it has to do with someone having skin in the game. So, for example, I mean, in this, there's a few things that I'm going to share with you, and this is based on a lot of years of actually doing this and seeing what works and what doesn't. You've heard me say many times that success is repeating the things that work and deleting the things that don't. Repeat what works, delete what doesn't. And these are some things that I have found when it comes to team building and working with individuals and organizations that simply do not work very well. So number one is, and it all comes down to the person. Like, for example, you're getting ready to enroll a person. Number one, I would never pay for you to sign up into my network marketing business. Even if you're my best buddy, my best pal, I'm not going to pay your way in. I've seen a number of individuals who've paid someone's way into a program and it never works out very well because they don't have any personal real skin in the game. You paid their way in. It just tends to not work out so well. I'd rather have you wait until you have the funds for you to then come in, and knowing that maybe the funds were fairly tight and this was the last $500 that you could really put together to come into a business, the likelihood of you treating that business seriously is going to be far more than if I put the $500 up and said, hey, I'll pay your way in. That's one element to team building that's not very effective. Number two, and this actually comes out of another coaching client that I had that had huge issues with the organization, and the organization having not really doing very much, because in this case, she was doing a lot of the work for them. So, for example, I am pretty adamant about not placing people into someone else's organization. For example, okay, you're on my team, and maybe I'm really good at recruiting and I'm a real go-getter and I got no problem enrolling people, and I want to kind of help you out, and so I'm placing people underneath you. What I found historically, that doesn't work out so well either, because now I've created a situation where you have these expectations that, oh gee, well, Todd's just going to give me people anyhow. Why should I even step up to the plate and show up and work hard, because he's going to actually do the work for me? So I think there's some things that we have to be thinking about when it comes to building our businesses, where the new person has to have some skin in the game. They have to have a vested interest in actually building the business. It isn't free. They have to show up and they have to work. They have to show up and come up with the money to get started. I know I'm not a big proponent of, in fact, this is the subject, this is what came up in the conversation I had with this client this morning, was he had someone who was coming in and coming up with the money, and he started working with and helping develop this person and spending and investing time with a person that hadn't even come up with the money yet to get started in the program. And then what ended up happening is she ended up not actually joining the program. So he had all this time he invested in working with her to kind of get her up and running and moving and started, but she hadn't even joined yet. So these are just some things that you learn through, either through watching videos like this or by having experiences like that. Because I know, I did what he did before. I had somebody say, hey, I'm going to come in, and I started training that person and working with that person and getting them up to speed, and then they didn't come in. It's one thing to have me direct you, hey, great, you're going to have the money in a week here. Go to this training site. You can get through some of this information, and then you'll be a little bit more knowledgeable and up to speed. But I'm not going to invest actual time in working with a person who doesn't personally have some kind of vested interest. Vested interest is they have money invested into the business to get started. And so I don't need to say any more on this video, but the point is, if you want to empower people to create success, they have to have money, they have to have skin in the game, even if it's a little bit. And quite frankly, no matter what network marketing or direct sales company it is that we're talking about, it's really, in most cases, not a whole lot of money. It's what, $50 to maybe $1,000 or $1,500 or a couple grand to get started. And in comparison to a lot of other businesses, it's very, very little money. But still, having skin in the game is important. So 2 points. Last 2 things I'm going to say. Number 1 is don't do it for them. Okay. If you do it for them, you're creating a recipe for disaster in your organization, and you're creating more headache and more work for yourself. And if you don't heed that warning and you do it, you're going to find out later, oh my gosh, this guy Todd was right. I put a bunch of people in this person's team and now they're doing nothing, but I still have the responsibility of working with them. And then making sure that we never pay someone's way in. Let them figure out, be creative, be resourceful enough to come up with the funds if they don't currently have them now. And that's something Tony Robbins talks about. It's not a lack of resources, it's a lack of resourcefulness that people have, and when it comes to creating success. So, you know, when you find somebody who's resourceful enough, even when they say, I don't have the money today, and then they go come up with the funds and they're able to start tomorrow, that's a very good sign of someone that you're very likely going to work with and have some success with, because they came up with the funds. So, all right, that's it. Happy New Year to you guys. I'm excited to be back here in this temporary office space for a little bit, and then just rocking and rolling in 2017. I hope you guys are having a great day. We'll see you in another video. See ya.